What do you think happens when you lose everything that once defined you? Your environment, your people, even the version of yourself you were once comfortable being. This can happen in many ways. For some, it's moving schools. For others, it's moving countries. For me, it was both. I once had my life all figured out until I didn't. Moving to a new country didn't just mean starting over at a new place. It meant starting over as a new person. When I first moved, I knew it wasn't going to be easy. Everything felt unfamiliar. The people, the environment, even the way people expressed themselves felt unfamiliar to me. And in the middle of all that, I didn't just feel like a new student, I felt like I had lost the version of myself I used to be. So I did what many of us would do when we feel unsure. I held back. I stayed quiet. I convinced myself that blending in was safer than standing out. Because putting myself out there meant risking judgment. It meant risking not being accepted. And in my head, that risk felt huge. Our comfort zone is not what we think it is. Our comfort zone is the version of life where you are comfortable, but not necessarily growing. And while it feels safe, nothing extraordinary comes from a place where nothing is risked. So why do we stay there? It's not laziness, it's fear of change. Not loud fear, but quiet fear. The kind that shows right before you act. Most of you probably know who Emma Watson is. Emma Watson is a famous British actress best known for playing Hermione in Harry Potter. But what many people don't really think about is that she grew up in front of the entire world. From a young age, many people watched her, judged her, even expected her to be the same person she was in the movies. That kind of pressure could easily make someone stay only where people expect them to remain in. But Emma chose something different. She stepped out from being known as Hermione. After Harry Potter, she stepped out from being known as Hermione and challenged herself in new ways. She continued her education, took on different acting roles, and even got involved in public speaking, especially about women's rights. One major example was when she gave a speech at the United Nations for the He for She campaign. Speaking in front of world leaders about equality was not something simple or easy. She even admitted that it was intimidating. But she still did it. She still pushed herself forward. Despite the criticism, judgment, even the pressure of being in the spotlight, she still pushed herself forward. As she once said, it's not the absence of fear, it's overcoming it. Sometimes you've got to blast through and have faith. Her journey shows us that stepping outside of your comfort zone doesn't mean you suddenly become fearless. It means you decide that your growth matters more than your fear. How many people stay silent in class, not because they didn't know the answer, but because they were afraid of being wrong? And it's not only in classrooms. Sometimes it's applying for something you want, joining a group, starting a conversation, or even just doing something new. You know it could be good for you. A part of you even wants to do it, but still, you hold yourself back because staying where you are feels easier than risking discomfort. I want you to pause and think about this moment. You know the answer, you want to raise your hand, but still, a storm of thoughts takes over. What if I'm wrong? What will others think? Someone else will probably answer anyways, so your hand remains down. Nothing bad happens, but nothing changes either. That is your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is the version of life where you are comfortable, but not necessarily growing. But this isn't just emotional. It's biological. Your brain is designed to keep you safe, not necessarily help you grow. So when you step into uncertainty, your mind doesn't see it as an opportunity. It sees it more as a possible danger. A part of your brain called the amygdala, often known as the fear center, is activated. It sends signals to your brain that something unfamiliar is happening. And that signal triggers your fight or flight response. Your heart starts racing, your thoughts speed up, and your breathing changes. Stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol are released, making the moment feel much more intense than it actually is. Adrenaline is what gives your body the sudden rush. Your heart starts racing, your body's alert, and everything feels more intense. Cortisol is what keeps the stress going a little longer, which is why a small moment can feel much deeper in your mind than in reality. Your body is not trying to embarrass you, it's just protecting you. You begin imagining worst-case scenarios that haven't even happened yet. I'm gonna fail, they're gonna laugh at me. And suddenly you overthink, you hesitate. Psychologically, this creates self-doubt. Even when you're fully capable, your mind convinces you that you're not. And the more you listen to it, the stronger it gets. Because your brain learns from repetition. If you avoid discomfort once, your body feels relieved. If you avoid it again, avoidance starts to feel normal. And if you avoid it long enough, it starts to feel safe. And the opposite is also true. The more you face discomfort, the more your brain realizes that it's not actually dangerous. It's just unfamiliar. Think about walking as a child. Imagine if we decided that walking was just too uncomfortable and stopped trying. None of us would be walking today. Somewhere along the way, we started fearing mistakes instead of learning from them. Comfort becomes a habit. We stop volunteering, we stop trying new things, we stop believing we can improve. Slowly, comfort becomes stagnation. It feels safe, predictable, controlled. You know what will happen, you know how people see you, you know you won't fail publicly. At first, it seems harmless, not taking a chance or not speaking up, but slowly shapes your life. Confidence decreases, opportunities disappear, and regret grows. Your thoughts shift to, I wish I tried. I wonder what would have happened. Or I could have done more. There's a book called Who Moved My Cheese? In this book, there's a story with 4 mice searching for cheese. Cheese representing the things we want in life, like success, happiness, security, and even comfort. One day, that cheese disappears. Some characters choose adapt quickly and start looking for new cheese, while others stay still hoping the old cheese will come back. This maze tells us that change is a part of life. And if we want to move forward, we have to stop waiting for things to go back the way they were and move towards something better. The characters that adapted quickly eventually found new cheese. They didn't waste their time wondering why the old cheese disappeared, because they knew staying in the same place would not bring it back. While the others who refused to move forward stayed hungry longer, because they were stuck in the past. One of them kept hoping things would go back to normal, while the other slowly realized that fear was the only thing stopping him back. So when he finally decided to go through the maze, he discovered that the situation was not as terrifying as he had imagined. The lesson is simple. People who move forward find new opportunities. People who stay still only stay stuck. This is the choice we all face. Stay where it's familiar or move towards growth. The life you want isn't inside your comfort zone. It's just beyond it. And confidence isn't something you wait for. It's something you build through action. Speaking up once or taking a chance, each one builds you. One day, what once felt impossible starts to feel possible. Your comfort zone isn't home. It's a waiting room. Too many people spend their life waiting for the perfect moment, but that moment never comes. And somehow, I'm standing here today. The same person who was too scared to speak in class, too comfortable staying invisible, is now standing here speaking to all of you. So if this is going to be anything, let it be this. You don't have to wait until you feel ready. You don't have to wait until the fear disappears, because it won't. You just have to take the step anyway. And maybe you'll shake, maybe you'll overthink, maybe you'll feel like going back to what's comfortable, but you still move forward, because the version of you that you're afraid to become isn't somewhere far away. It's just you without the limits you placed on yourself. So never underestimate who you can become. Never underestimate yourself. Take that step anyway. Thank you.